Hello guys, my name is JP, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. It's science time. It's time to get into some career mode stuff. If you've been around for any of the streams, I have done quite a little bit of it already. Yo Adrian. I can't do Sylvester Stallone. But yes, I have done some science stuff already. So this isn't exactly an absolutely new save file. I can open my monster. You gotta be awake for Kerbal Space Program, to say the least. Alright, I've made a moon lander. It's just in orbit because it didn't get anywhere near to the moon. I have a science satellite. I sent it out on escape from Kerbal because I'll show you that in a second. There's also another one. This one's dead. The first science satellite. I forgot that I didn't have solar panels at the time. So the one I built, when I fast-forwarded for the escape, the probe drained the power. The second one is manned. Jebediah is on it. Debris, that's just... Wait, what? Where's the debris? What debris? Oh. Huh. Okay. Anyways. Back to the Space Center. But yeah, I've done a little bit of stuff here and then. I'll show you the one I was talking about. The science satellite, the second one I believe it is. The first one is, yeah, the first one's a probe, this one's manned. So I'll show you my main source of science right now, because I can actually still keep using it quite a bit. Actually, this one doesn't have solar panels, because I didn't have them at the time. So I can only use it a little bit more. Observe Materials Bay. Basically, once you've escaped, for some reason, being in orbit around the sun is incredibly scientifically valuable. Like this right here is 202. I mean, I only get 20% of that, but that's still... what, 40? So I'll go ahead and do that. Dope Mystery Goo. 40% of 40 is... like 10. That's good. I'll do it on this one too. Same thing. And crew report. I will keep it. I'm actually going to do an EVA. I didn't do one of those last time. So I was worried about him just floating away. Should be fine. Wow. Okay. I'll get another 40 from that. And get him back in. And then just transmit it. Let's watch the power though. It's kind of a lot of data. Alrighty. Seems to be going alright. I don't think I'll be able to do any more of these though. Yeah. It's probably the last one. Anyways, we can go back to the R&D center and see if I can afford anything. I already had quite a bit of science left over. And you can see my progress so far. I've unlocked all of the first 3 branches. 1, 2, and 3. And I have fuel systems, all these little bits. Advanced construction, because I needed some of the... I need like the large fuel tank for a lander. Oh man, I just spilled it all over myself. And with the science I got from that mission, I unlocked the solar panels. And right now I have 188, so I can afford 2 more at this level, or 1 at the next level. This is, what is this? Oh, this is a... Oh, It looks like one of my mods is in this stuff. I can get a barometer. That would be more science, but I haven't really had reason enough to have one of those. Larger parts. This one is called Specialized Control. I don't think I've ever used linear RCS ports. Ever. the side-mounted RCS tanks, the large command pod, the lander can, and the large SAS. Not really that valuable. I'm thinking two of the lower level ones would do better. This is, yeah, the Rocco Max Poodle engine, the 200 power. Well, it's 220, but still. A larger fuel tank. Aerodynamics, that would do really well for me too, because I'm pretty good with planes. And advanced flight control. I'm thinking those two, actually, so far. I don't really need a ladder, especially not one that just doesn't extend. The thing is, if I'm going to do planes, I kind of need the gear. So I definitely need this. What's this one? Advanced landing. Okay. And I guess I'll do this one, because I need all the control parts to be able to build a plane to begin with. Especially the engine. I really like the inline cockpit, the Mark II cockpit, but I already have the Mark 1, the streamlined one, the pointy one. So I'll go ahead and get the aerodynamic parts, and we'll build our first plane. At least my first official plane that actually works like a plane. I've actually been building planes already, little rocket planes. Let's see. Science missile is what I called this one. You'll see. Basically a manned plane controlled completely by the SAS. I could just send it up. It wouldn't go very far because it's rocket powered. But I could send it up, do the science, and then land it, and that would be it. Oh, land it, I mean pop the chutes and hope it doesn't explode on impact. So let's go ahead and build a real plane then. Mark 1 cockpit, obviously. That's all I really have. I'll use an SAS. You know, these regular ones seem to do pretty good. Like, I never really used them because I've always had the advanced ones available to me, but now that I've been using them, I don't see the problem. I mean, they work just fine. So that's gonna change things for me. Just a little bit. I'm going to stick a science thing on here. Giant Junior. And I guess I should do mystery goos. I don't have a reason not to. And since I have the solar panels now, I can go ahead and I can actually put science stuff. Or you know what I mean, I can actually transmit science now. Because that was always the problem before, is that I was limited by battery power. Now I potentially have unlimited power. That should be fine. I'll stick a couple batteries on there just so it'll hold charge. Oh, I need the winglets on the front. Okay. And now jet fuel, I suppose. Not much to a plane. I mean, as long as it flies, it's good. I think I'll make it a long range. Let's see, I don't have the delta wings yet. So actually, I could have gone quite different with this plane design. I could have gone with that's not the control surface. I could have gone with more of a under the wing kind of deal for the engines. The thing is, I don't have a structural fuselage body. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, we'll do that next then, probably. I will build a structural... I can't build anything structural. I mean, I will build a... kind of like an A-10. The wings are very high up on the plane. Or are they low on the plane? I don't remember. More along the lines of like a passenger jet with, or a cargo jet with the engines mounted under the wings on the front. That might be a little easier at this point until I get the Delta wings. Let's see what else. Front landing gear, that would help. Wonder if I should be attaching this to this. Doesn't seem like the best idea. It's probably fine. And I need a control surface like this. And we should have a plane. So, I will get this out on the runway and everything, and I will be right back. Alright guys, here we are rolling away on the atmosphere, on the runway here. I should probably hit the brakes. You may notice I have an extra resource, intake atmosphere. That is for the resource collection in the Interstellar mod. It automatically it's enabled on all of my just like all of my intakes. So let's go ahead and keep going. Huh, it has a light effect. Never realized that before. Well, we're up. We're flying. It seems fairly stable. There's not much to it, it's just a plane. It's not like it's some super complex... Well, I say it's not super complex, but I guess at some point in its existence it was a super complex device. It's not like I'm time traveling here, it's just a plane. I can deal with a plane. That would be interesting if there was some kind of time travel mod for this. Because the game does keep track of time. Everything happens linear. So what would happen if you had a time machine where you could go back and influence and mess with things? Not obviously physically influence things, but like if you had a ship that crashed, you could go back in time and save it. I mean, because technically we have a kind of time travel in this. I mean, you're able to revert. Like, say if I have one mission that's gone on for a really long time, actively, and I reverted it, it would undo everything I've done in between, so it's pretty much time travel. I have to remember not to go too high, because these intakes are a little bit touchy. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for this other runway right now. Nice simple target, something I can actually get to. Plus I want to see if the island is its own little biome. Because if it is, I can do the readings and get some free science. This provides power, right? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say. What would suck? Alright, go ahead and start turning back. Right there should do. Probably go ahead and cut the engines. Go ahead and drop the gear. Let's see if I can actually land this thing. It's been a while since I've dealt with any plane stuff. I haven't really had a reason to. Because actually I've been doing the career mode stuff for a while on my own to get used to it in a different save file and stuff, and I've got the hang of it. It's just... it feels very backwards to me, the way it works in Kerbal Space Program. We did not start with manned spaceflight in the real world. We started with probes and then animals. So it just seems very backwards to me to be sending Kerbals up to do things. when we should be sending robots and probes and satellites first. That's just my opinion. Oh shit. Okay, he's dead. There is no chance of survival for this guy. Well, I guess if we go over the water... This thing is flying. Huh. I guess with the SAS enabled, it's pretty... This little thing is aerodynamic. Oh, we crashed into the island. Does that count for something? This is coming down in a very gentle fashion. He could very well survive this. I'd rather not lose another main Kerbal. Like I said, Jebediah is stuck in orbit around the sun, which is not the greatest idea for him. I mean, it's very unlikely I'll ever be able to rescue that ship. Oh, we landed him. That's good. He's a very lucky Kerbal. Oh, let's get a crew report. If I get him out, will he fall off? No. Okay. EVA report. Yeah, it is. Actually, if I get in the water, can I take a sample? Yes, I can. Taking a sample of water appears to dramatically increase the humidity of everything it touches. Yeah, that's kind of how water works. Let's see if we can get back in. F. Board. Okay. So we're getting a little bit of science out of this, better than nothing. Let's see. We got 9.4 science. Better than nothing. So let's try a different plane. I want to try again with that. I want to build the other plane like I was saying, 'cause I didn't realize... Oh, for one thing, I don't have inline intake. I don't have the flat intake, the little one that just attaches to the top. It's gonna mess me up a little. Let's go ahead and try it anyways. We want this. And SAS. Let's go ahead and stick the science stuff on here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on the top again. I don't want to put it on the bottom because I think if it's landed, I think it extends far enough where it would hit. That would be bad. Alright, this will do literally nothing. And actually, I'm going to give this one a boost. A launch boost. Rocket assisted takeoff. Alright, and this time I want these on the back. One of these little guys up on top. And I want the wings up here. Just like this. Attached to the very top. Where is... I should have put that at a better angle. That's fine. It's pretty much perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and stick these on here. If it'll actually let me do it. I might have to, get rid of that. Okay, that worked. And put a jet engine on each. Like I said, I don't have the inline intake, so I'm going to nose cone these and stick them on the side instead. That actually looks pretty sweet. Alright, so if I put the gear on the back and on the wings, it should work just fine. Kind of a little bit backwards than what I usually do. And actually, I'm going to flip these around. I don't usually like them facing backwards like this. For this one, it should be fine, because it's not a lot of space in between the two landing gear. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be hitting the ground. I can go ahead and put the solar panels on the wings. No problem. Put a couple of batteries on the back. Because this thing has like no weight on the back right now. I need to give it some weight back here. Anything else? Oh, I can put the other science things back here. That'll work. Alrighty. This should work fine. And actually, if I have one, I can go ahead and stick it on here. No, those are landing struts. Let's say if I had a ladder, I could actually put it on here effectively for once. Normally there's something in the way and I can't do it, but this one will work just fine. Let's see, anything else? No, that looks fine. Yeah, it all looks good. We have propulsion, power generation, control, science. We're good to go. So let me name it. I will call it the... I don't know. I have no idea what to call this thing. Give me a second. My brain, the thing with Monster is it wakes me up, but it doesn't help me think any faster. So, my brain is still asleep, my body's awake. So I will call it the Rado Science Plane. That's Rocket Assisted Takeoff Science Plane. That's what the acronym is. Should be good. Launch. We're ready. See if this thing's gonna hit. No, it's fine. It has quite a bit more clearance than I expected. Let's go ahead and say yes. Rocket assisted takeoff. Oh, I forgot to put control surfaces. Oh crap, that's gonna suck. I mean, it can still fly because the SAS is up front. And it can actually handle quite a bit of the dealing, but it probably can't land. It's actually unusually effective. I didn't expect this to work. Go ahead and dump that. Get that thing off there. And throttle up the engines. Raise the gear. Let's try again for that same place. Do these work when they're... Okay, yeah, they do. I actually really like this plane design. It's very fancy looking. Of course, it would work better if I had the damn control surface. I can't believe I forgot control surfaces. That's what I get for doing it backwards. It looks like it's a very nice looking plane, though, all things considered. It's pretty fast too. Should be able to do about what, 240? Yeah, that sounds about right. Landing is going to be a little bit difficult because I only have the one landing gear in the back. 2 would be preferable for stability purposes. So I might have to come in very slow and level. So I actually probably need to start bringing it down. Like, I'm gonna have to come in very shallow. Because if I rely completely on the back gear, the thing's gonna flip over. Almost guaranteed. So let's go ahead and start the turn. That's how good this plane is. It flies very well, even without the control surfaces. It's a good thing I stuck that SAS on there. I mean, you wouldn't really think to put SAS on a plane, but if when stuff hits the fan, when you forget a part, like me with the damn control panels, the control surfaces, SAS will save your life. Like, I'm used to sticking it on everything right now because I've been playing the science and I haven't had, up until 30 minutes before I did this video, I didn't have RCS. So, if I wanted to maneuver in space, it wasn't even an option. I had to have SAS. Let's not screw this one up. Oh yeah, I'm having problems. Pulling up. I'm gonna overshoot the whole thing now. Damn it. I can't really bring it around. I can't really bring it back around very well. I have problems pulling up when I get below a certain speed. Normally right here this would be perfectly fine. I could pull up just fine, but unless I have this throttle very, very heavily up, I can't pull up. Because basically the wings right now, they'll keep it in the air, but they won't maneuver. They offer no maneuvering. So I'm going to take it back to the Space Center instead of trying to land here. I'm going to scrap this mission, but I'm not just going to revert it. That's no fun. Bring the gear back up. We don't need it right now. I'm not particularly going for the runway, but it would be nice. I really just want to get back over there. I guess if I'm going to try to land this thing, I can go ahead and do some science up here. It's not going to get me anything since I've gotten in-flight science many times. Yeah, see, it already has 0 value because I've done it so many times. Alrighty, and go ahead and finish the turn. Get on the 270 and we should be good. Roll it back over. I'm lucky this thing can roll at all. If it wasn't for the SAS, I wouldn't be able to. Go ahead and kill the engines. We should glide that far at least. I'd like to bleed off some speed before I have to super throttle up to be able to land. Go ahead and drop the gear again. Yeah, without the control surfaces on the wings, it doesn't glide very well. It's having a lot of problems. I have to keep it throttled up just to hold a decent descent angle. I have to keep it at about almost half throttle. That's pretty bad. That's going to cause problems. I can't actually land at that speed. I guess I can pull up a little. And then cut it and hope it glides from there. Not even going to bother with the runway. I'm just trying to get it there at this point. What is over there? Oh, that was a lander. It was one of my lander tests. When I test a lander, I just send it in that direction. Yeah, it's coming down too heavy. Keep having to burst the engines. Let's go ahead and raise it up a little more. That might work. We'll see if it can even land on that one back gear. It's a little nervousing. Making me nervous. Nervousing? Nerve-wracking? Yeah, it's coming in too shots. Too deep. No. Too steep. Too steep. There we go. That's where we want to be. What the hell was that? Oh my god! The wings just poof. Wow. Okay, no science for us. Yeah, he's dead. That sucks. I guess that'll do it for this episode. I'll keep working on my stuff. Ideally, my next mission will be to the moon. You saw me, I've tried to build a moonlander. But, I have to work on the takeoff, on the launch. That's my problem. I can't really think outside the box for when it comes to getting things into orbit. I have problems with that. That's why I've always used the hyperspace mod. I can't use that here, so oh well. I'll figure it out. I'd like to thank you for watching. My name is JP, and I will see you next time with more Kerbal Space Program.